Hey, holla holla YouTube man, it's Wax Dave back here with another banger. So it's been a long week for real, and honestly, I didn't want to make this video today because I left my mic in school because I'm currently at home, and I didn't just have the energy to start editing and raising my volume and everything, but I think I'll still do it. I think I'll still do it based on consistency and being true to my word and myself. Um, it's been a very long week. It's been a very terrible week, but I'll still say it's been a very good week, you know, because regardless of the outcome, as long as your rules were followed, everything is good. Um, if you look at the caption of this video, right, the title of the video, I said something about holy grail of trading. You know, tough times don't last. You know, as the caption of the video, the title of the video is talking about how I found the holy grail of trading. Tough times don't last. Where my head is at actually is me talking about how the whole trading system actually has two faces: the good times and the bad times. Do you understand? And majority of people, right, focus so much on the good times and forget about the bad times because it's all about psychology. This is where trading psychology comes in. It's all about psychology. Anything that has to do with money tends to get humans very, very emotional. In case you don't know, it's psychologically proven. So, and if trading is meant to give people the illusion that they can actually walk out of this market any single day and make money, then guess what? They'll always be emotional. That's just how it is. And then they'll forget about how bad, or they'll forget about the bad sides of this market. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. The holy grail of trading is understanding that tough times don't last. Currently, I'm experiencing a rough package in the market, a rough side of the market, and it's been getting to me. But it's all about understanding and bringing your cognizance to the fact that you might just be experiencing the bad side of this market. Initially, I wanted to start this video with the story of a miner, right? A gold miner who wants to go and mine on this old mining site, right? He's sure that he will see gold in this site, but he doesn't know where and he doesn't know when he will see it. But he's sure he will see something. So he starts digging. The probability of him finding this gold is low, but there's a chance he can actually find it. And if he actually finds it, he's made for life. So he digs and he digs and he digs. He's tired. He doesn't want to continue, but he keeps on digging. That's how most of you guys are now. That's how most of us are now. You know, we are digging and finding and struggling, trying to find this shit, but doesn't seem like it's working. Imagine that miner just stops digging right before, right before he gets his gold. Just imagine, just imagine right before he gets his gold. He stops and he gives up. He's wasted time and he's now going to live with regrets all his life. I don't like regrets. I hate regrets in my fucking life. I'm always stand on my word. I'm always be true to myself. I don't know about you, but I know about me though. I would always be true to myself. So, the moral lesson of this story is this: understanding that tough times are always going to be there. You always have to put at the back of your mind. Yeah, when the going gets hard, the hard gets going. I just hope that one didn't fly over your head. So, let's get to the video. Um, so what happened this week was I took a total of 4 trays this week. Um, and the first two trades I took was on Tuesday. Yeah, it was on Tuesday. I remember. And what made me take this trade? I was really really confident about this trade. Honestly, I was. But I mean, Price will do whatever he wants to do. And this was a day before FOMC, so I wasn't even shocked about the price action. So what I wanted to see was this liquidity being swept, right? I have to give it to myself because the level of patience I have showcased this past few weeks has been immaculate for real. Because it shows progress, it shows growth from my end. I wasn't always like this, which is one of the main reasons why I'm happy, which is one of the main reasons why I'm not really getting worked up by what the market is doing because I'm seeing growth. You understand? So I waited patiently. After seeing price run up, I thought, I didn't think to myself, oh my God, I'm feeling FOMO, I'm missing price and I'm going to start chasing price. No, I stayed true to myself. I understand my model and I waited. And price came back down, swept out the liquidity I wanted, and I saw an entry here, which I took, and it stopped me out on this trade. And I took the second entry. It moved for about 1:4, and then came back and stopped me out on break even. I'm sure you guys might ask me, why didn't I close the trade on 1:4? Well, if you understand the kind of model I have the kind of model where I go all big or nothing. Do you understand? Big or nothing. Don't worry about this. Don't even tell me anything. Don't advise me. I've back tested this and it has proven to work for me. I call myself the masochist, because this kind of model attracts pain. You will see yourself, you know, experiencing this kind of market where it goes for 1:4. 1:4 RR is a lot. 4 RR is a lot. So you can see yourself go for 1:4 and still come back and stop you out on break even. It happens. But what would you do? You don't do anything. You say, okay, me, I know I'm going to get what's mine eventually. Do you understand? Eventually, I'm going to keep digging, and eventually, I'll stumble upon my gold. There's a 50% probability that I might blow this account. There's also a 50% probability I might make a withdrawal from this account. You never know. That's why it's all probability. It's all game. It's a game for real. It's a game. I found a hack. It's a game. It's finding something that you do that pushes your mind away from trading, but still loving trading so much that you put your best. So I went for my initial target was actually this high, which is going to I would have actually gone for 1:10. That was the plan initially. And why I thought about that was because this was Monday's range, right? I wanted to see a sweep below Monday's low, which it did, and then they push higher because we are bullish on on NAS 100, right? Because we're bullish. That was my initial plan. But guess what? Price can actually do whatever the fuck he wants to do because he doesn't give a fuck about you. Do you understand? I'm sure you guys already know all this. So if this was my initial target, then I wanted to see price move. But if you notice, price action hasn't really been the best this past few months because the market is still trying to settle in Trump's regime. You understand? So it's still a little bit shaky. That's why I totally understand. Because take a look at this whole dump that happened on Friday. How would you explain that? So it's totally fine. This kind of markets happen where you see terrible price actions, but I'm sure better days are ahead. So it's totally fine. So the next market I looked at was Aussie, and I traded Aussie on the Thursday, which is I think 21st. Aussie was Thursday was 20th, and Friday was 21st. So and that's when I traded gold. Just don't mind me. I like gold, calling gold Aussie. I don't know. I'm used to it. And the trade I took was the run of this liquidity. That was the trade I took. I wanted to see a run on this liquidity and then I push higher. But what happened actually? So this was the trade I took on Thursday. I took this initial trade, which was the sweep on the liquidity I was panning out around there. I wanted to see a run higher. So this high, which would have given me a 1 to 6. But um what happened was that I got stopped out and another setup came, another setup was created around this level. But the main reason why I didn't take this trade was because part of my rule in trading asset classes is that asset classes moves in particular ranges. I'm sure most of you must have heard what I'm saying right now. If you haven't, then check most of my videos. I always say it. Asset classes moves, they move in ranges, you know, and if Aussie moves about 100 points a week, then I shouldn't be seeing any market that I'm risking more than 3 points is most likely a low probability trade. And for this market, I was risking about six, which wasn't good. I can still weather a 3.5, but anything above 3.5 is a low probability trade. And if you notice what happened, market didn't move throughout. It didn't. It looked like I would have stopped up, but this not my this wasn't the TP. The TP was around here. So eventually I would have still gotten stopped out on break even. So you see, they are all low probability trades. Those are things that I've checked, I've back tested, and I know, which is why I don't actually do this kind of things. Then moving over to Friday. Friday was just a crazy day, to be honest. Um, I took a I didn't take this trade. The trade I took was this one, and I got stopped out so fast. It was a very fast one, and I got stopped out. And the next setup that presented itself was the next one beside it, which was this guy over here. But guess what? I'm risking more than 3.5, so I didn't take it. Eventually, it would have still stopped me out on break even, or it would still stop me out totally. Exactly, it would have stopped me out. So nothing formed. I didn't take this trade. The next trade I waited for was this one, but I was risking more than 3.5. So I didn't take this one as well. See, where my mind was initially on Friday was the run of these liquidities. Seeing a run of this liquidity made me excited, and I wanted to see a run of liquidity above these highs. But price wasn't just ready to move. If you look at this price action, right? So just take a look at this price action. It's terrible. It's terrible. You know that something is going on. Do you understand? You know that something is going on. So I'm totally fine with taking losses. I have no issues with taking losses. All I know is that am I taking the correct losses? And for this past few weeks, I've actually been taking good losses. I'm happy with it, for real. I am. So all I know is that when it's time to win, I know I'll win big. You guys have seen the 2 or 3 wins I've had on this account. I had only 3 wins and about 15 losses or more than self, and yet I'm still standing. That should tell you a lot. It should. So if I see my good wins, which is my very good wins, I know that I'll be back up. I know that I'll be back up. So yeah, I think that'll be all for now. I just hope you guys had an amazing week. Hope you guys are enjoying yourself. And until I talk to you guys next time, stay safe.